Hey everybody, today on Northern Revolutions, it's July the 1st, Canada Day. So we're going to take a look at some Canadian records. Stay tuned. Hey everybody, welcome to Northern Revolutions. I'm Rob. Happy Canada Day, July the 1st, to my Canadian friends. Um, to all my American friends, happy Independence Day coming up on the 4th. For those of you that don't know, July the 1st is our national holiday, like July the 4th is for you. So today I'm going to take a look at some Canadian records to celebrate um, the rich music that is this country. And for anyone that has watched my channel with any regularity, knows I'm kind of a nut for Canadian music. I've picked some stuff at random. If I were to show you all the Canadian artists that I have, I'd probably have 50 videos. Oh, wait, I do. Anyway, I give more than enough, but I've just picked some random ones that I just think, hey, let's do that today. So I want to say quickly, I've been off YouTube for the last week. I've been sick. I hope I don't sound too terrible. I thought I had bronchitis. Turns out I had pneumonia. So that was fun. I did post on my community tab that I was a little under the weather, and thank you to those of you that wish me well. Feeling much better. Not 100% yet, but getting there. So as I sit here, drinking my ice cap from Tim Hortons, we're going to look at some Canadian records. Now, you have a ton of wickedly famous exports from this country. Rush. Am I going to show any Rush? Nope. Neil Young. Am I going to show any Neil Young? Nope. Michael Bublé. Nope. Justin Bieber. Nope. The list goes on and on and on and on. But I'm going to start with a couple big names that you would know. First, and these are in no particular order, Bryan Adams. Love Bryan Adams, Kingston, Ontario, which is 3 hours down the road from where I live. This is his album from 1991, Waking Up the Neighbors. Love this album. This album was anthemic for me back in university. Love the songs, love the cover. I love that we have the Canadian spelling of neighbors. We put an extra U in it. Anyway, Waking Up the Neighbors, Bryan Adams. Here's another one everyone will know. I'm not a big country music fan, but I do love this record. Shania Twain, The Woman in Me. Great record. This was the one that broke her. I think this was the first one that Mutt Lange produced. I don't have Come On Over on vinyl. I wish I did. It's a fantastic record, but I'm going to show this one because, whose bed have your boots been under? I wear running shoes, but whatever. Great album. I'll get into some of the stuff you haven't heard of, but I think you should. It's a fantastic band from Toronto called The Wooden Sky. They're an indie folk rock band. Gavin Gardner is the lead singer. He's phenomenal. Kind of a Dylan-esque tone to him, I guess. This is a great record called If You Don't Come Home, You'll Know I'm Gone. Oh my God, it still means a lot to me. It's a great song off of here. Late King Henry. I wish I could play these songs, but the copyright police would slap me on the wrist, and I don't want to do that. So if you like indie folk rock, a little more folk, a little bit less rock, but a little bit of both, The Wooden Sky. My favorite guitarist in Canada, Luke Doucette. One half of the duo Whitehorse that I've talked about many times. This was one of his solo albums from 2008 called Blood's Too Rich. Absolutely phenomenal electric guitar indie rock album. His wife Melissa, who's the other half of Whitehorse, is on this. Jim Cuddy from Blue Rodeo is on this. If you're going to look up any song on here, First Day in the New Hometown or Beacon on the Southpaw, you can find them both on YouTube. Amazing, best guitar player in Canada. And he plays a White Falcon, hence the name Luke Doucette and the White Falcon. Another band I've mentioned several times, Cuff the Duke. They're semi on a break, doing other projects. They have, I think, 5 or 6 albums. They're from Toronto. Another sort of roots rock, alt country sort of band, fronted by Wayne Petty, who's a friend of mine. This is their second album, self-titled. This is the one that sort of broke them, I guess. Great alt country, indie folk. Jim Cuddy, one half of Blue Rodeo. Sort of, this generation's, my generation's Neil Young, I guess, of that caliber. There's Jim right there. This is his album Constellation, which came out in 2018. Great record. His best record is actually his first one from 1999 called All in Time, is not available on vinyl. The rest of his first 2 are not, the rest of them are. But Constellation, if you like Blue Rodeo, you like Jim's solo stuff. So, on the subject of Blue Rodeo, who I've mentioned ad nauseum on this channel, and I will continue to mention because other than the Beatles, they are my favorite band, Blue Rodeo. Country rock band from Toronto, 37 years, 17 studio albums and 2-3 live albums. Hall of Fame, one of the most successful bands ever. I effing love them. This is their album from 2000 called Are You Ready? I do not like this record. The lead single is great, which is the title track. The rest of it's kind of like meh, but I show them it because I haven't showed it before. Good luck finding this on vinyl. It was promo only. They're crazy expensive. If you can find one, there's only a few hundred copies of this made. So, but I wanted to show it anyway because it's if you're a Blue Rodeo fan, finding this on vinyl is kind of like gold. This is Dustin Bentall and his band The Smokes. I've been a fan of Dustin for a long time. He's a friend of mine. This was sort of 2 EPs put together in a single album. It's called You Are an Island / Orion, because those were the names of the 2 EPs. This is fantastic stoner rock is what I would call it. I know Dustin. I know Kendall Carson, his fiddle player, who was his girlfriend at the time, isn't anymore. She now is with Alan Doyle in his band. I also know his bass player, Del Cowsill. Yes, of the Cowsills. His dad was Billy Cowsill. If you can find this and you like sort of that stoner rock, awesome. If the name Bentall sounds familiar, it should. He is the son of Barney Bentall from Barney Bentall and the Legendary Hearts. Great rock band from the 90s. This was their self-titled album. Claim to fame on this is Something to Live For. If you're a Canadian from the 90s, you'll know this song. Barney Bentall and the Legendary Hearts. Next up, I have mentioned this guy before. One of my favorite Canadian musicians of all time, Adam Baldwin. Guitar player, singer-songwriter from Nova Scotia. This is his self-titled EP. This is a signed copy. I've met Adam many times. He's a wonderful guy. I cannot say enough about how awesome he is. He's very Bruce Springsteen-esque. He also plays guitar for Matt Mays, who I'm going to talk about in a minute. This EP is awesome. I'm going to reach out to Adam. Hopefully, I'd like to do a video of my You Gotta Hear This series featuring Adam's music, and I hope that I can actually use some sound bites in it because Adam is phenomenal. If you're going to look up anyone that I mentioned in this video, look up Adam Baldwin on YouTube. He is the best there is. Another country record, Lindy Ortega. This is her, I believe, debut album, Cigarettes and Truck Stops. Again, I'm not a country fan, but I do like Lindy Ortega. It's very sort of traditional country, a la, Hank Williams, Waylon Jennings, that sort of ilk, but the modern female version of that sort of country music. I think she's great. This was from 2012 when she was based in Nashville. She's now in Western Canada now. I got into her music because my buddy Dustin Bentall was opening for her, and I went to see him and ended up really enjoying her music and became a fan. So she's got half a dozen albums out. If you like sort of traditional country music, check out Lindy Ortega. This band, I can't say enough about. And in fact, they're so good that Mazzy did a video where he talked about these guys. And we all know Professor Mazzy knows his stuff. This is the Sadies, country, alt country, psychedelic, rock, Cosmic Cowboys. They're from Toronto. They're amazing. Unfortunately, last year, Travis, one of the brothers, one of the frontmen of the band, died unexpectedly. They do have a new album coming out this month, actually in 2 weeks' time, that was recorded just before he died. So this was their previous album, Northern Passages. Thankfully, when this came out, I met the band, and they all signed this. So, the Sadies, if you like sort of cosmic cowboy, psychedelic country, check out the Sadies. Serena Ryder, female singer-songwriter. This was her album, Harmony, from 2013. Amazing record. There's a big hit on here that even made it big in the States. It was called Stompa. I think it was on the Grey's Anatomy soundtrack, for one of the seasons. That's my least favorite song in here. Just great, powerful female singer-songwriter in the vein of, a modern Joni Mitchell, if you will. Fantastic record. Serena Ryder, Harmony. I mentioned this guy before, the greatest rock musician in Canada, Matt Mays. I did a video called You Gotta Hear This about Matt. He's amazing. If you like sort of Tom Petty, like sort of Bruce Springsteen, you'll like Matt Mays. This was his second album. It's called Matt Mays and El Torpedo. Amazing record. Big hit single off here, Cocaine Cowgirl, is what broke him nationally. Got a ton of radio airplay. Fantastic. This record, I can't believe, is 15 years old already. But everything that Matt does is pure rock and roll gold. I'm going to finish with something commercial so that people think I just don't listen to obscure Canadian stuff just because. Red Rider, As Far as Siam. This came out in 1981. The big hit off here was Lunatic Fringe. I think that made it big in the States as well. Why Red Rider is significant is that fella right there is none other than Tom Cochrane, who went on to have an amazing solo career and has reunited with Red Rider on many occasions, and they two are now as Tom Cochrane and Red Rider. So this is Tom's solo record, Mad Mad World. Everyone knows the song Life is a Highway. I know there was some shitty country cover of it, but his is the original. It's awesome. Other good stuff in here, Mad Mad World, No Regrets, Sinking Like a Sunset. There's a ton of great stuff on this record. So, Red Rider and Tom Cochrane. So there you go, folks. There's a little bit of Tim Hortons. I mean, there's a little bit of Canadian music for you today. Happy Canada Day to all my fellow Canadians out there, and happy Independence Day to my American friends on Monday. That's everything for me today, everybody. Have a great day. Catch you on the flip side.